Hello, this is a history of the NPBL by Team Rapid Spin Shay or Shame in the Sky. So, the National Pokemon Battle League was created by Breloom but failed to start twice before it finally started its first season. The original draft of Season 1 started on January 21st, 2018 and consisted of Lando, Breloom, Olive, Madron, Shaman, Gumi, now Ramombi, but I refuse to acknowledge the name change, Marv, Embor, Adam, and Ira Bell. But there were early signs of disunion. Olive was removed from the draft within 2 days due to missing too many picks. Ivan, a friend of Shaman, would replace Olive and continue the draft. So the league struggled seriously in Season 1 due to many coaches having to leave. The problem was eclipsed on February 18th, 2018, when Breloom, the owner of the league, would have to step down due to time constraints with sports and school. The league appeared as if it would die. Current coaches Adam and Shaman were quick to declare that the league was over. Adam, quote, "This league is dying," and Shaman, quote, "This league is about to drop dead." So here are the starts and final rosters. As you can see, there were a good amount of people who had to leave, and unseen here are Redikai and Matt Thomas, who joined and left during the season. Also, this start, Ivan was not originally there. That was originally Olive. And Olive Kitten are different coaches. There are some positives coming from Season 1. After leaving, Breloom would place Marv and Champ as the owners of the league, and under their leadership, the league would manage to survive. Stat tracking, although called primitive by Excessive, was instituted early through the Kills and Deaths channel. Actual stat tracking on the dock was done by Adam. While Breloom obviously didn't finish, Shaman established his tradition of doing power rankings every week. Okay, so the playoffs of Season 1 only consisted of 4 teams because there were only 10 coaches in total. Burn finished with the first seed in playoffs but lost to Marv in the semifinals. Champ lost to Adam, setting up a Marv and Adam battle in the finals. Marv was victorious and earned the title of champion, along with the tradition of giving the champion their own role on the Discord server. So here's the end results of Season 1. As you can see, Mega Gallade, 23 kills. Yeah. Okay, new beginnings of Season 2. New Season 2 started on May 1st, 2018. Excessive, a new coach, revolutionized the dock and stat tracking. Excessive and Season 1 moderator Shaman were also promoted to the role of moderator to help Marvin and Lando. Know this will be on the test. Made up of a few newcomers and the dedicated coaches from Season 1, Season 2 saw much greater stability and expanded to 12 coaches. There are also some rule changes, like the rule preventing a Mega and a normal Pokemon from being drafted separately was instituted in this season, and Shaman's draft of 4 Tier 1 Pokemon would result in tiering reforms for Season 3. So here's the start. Excessive was in Burn's spot, and then here's the end. So very few changes were made. The playoff race was extremely tight for Season 2, as the third playoff seed was only a game ahead of the 6th seed, and it came down to 3 games: Marv versus Gumi, Shaman versus Callie, and Daddy versus Adam. Shaman thought his spot was sealed and brought a gimmick nasty plot baton pass Togekiss into a Zygarde and then would lose. He would use this again, but passing to Keldeo to beat Callie in the quarterfinals. Gumi held Marv to a 2-0, keeping him above Shaman in the differential, and then all Adam needed to do to make playoffs was to beat Daddy and tie Shaman for record, but pass him due to differential. However, he lost, and Shaman would take the 6th spot. Okay, so playoffs were expanded to 6 teams due to the increase in coaches, and seeding went Excessive, Champ, Callie, Marv, Gumi, and then Shaman. So Shaman would beat Callie, Gumi would beat Marv, but both would lose to the respective 1 and 2 seeds, who would then battle in the finals, and Champ Lando would take the win. So he became the champion of Season 2, and then here are the results. Victini taking the kill leader this season. Okay, so Season 3 started on August 31st, 2018. You would see the expansion of the league to include new features from the mods and coaches. Shaman continued his power rankings and would later start playoff picture. Excessive did game of the week, where he highlighted a key battle happening each week. Champ Lando started top plays for a few weeks. He didn't continue it for too long. but also Marv continued his bold predictions and his power rankings, although they were less focused on detail than Shayman's. Two people would be forced to step down from coaching positions, but the league still maintained a large amount of stability. So as you can see, Callie and Eisenide would have to step down, but still stable throughout the season. Okay, the very influential Chat Hot traces its origins back to Season 3, and its influence on the league would be massive, as it is currently the mascot of the NPBL and Ivan's current team, the Chicago Chatot. Its significance goes back to preseason voting for Season 3. Marv included a vote to move Chatot from Tier 5 to Tier 1. The vote passed, but Chatot was not moved up, and the vote caused people in chat to get very excited over the prospect of drafting Chatot. However, it was assumed that nobody would actually draft it. However, with the second pick in the draft, Ivan picked Chatot, and people were very excited. Ivan cemented his role as the league's memer with this pick, along with drafting Spinda. Chatot would further gain the nickname The Merciful after Ivan went for defog with it against Excessive in Week 6. Ivan was down 5-1 with only Chatot remaining. So here is the new NPBL logo, and obviously it has Chatot. So Season 3 playoffs would be remembered for the lack of a race and the dominance of a few teams. 4 teams had 3 or less losses, and Excessive went undefeated. The 6th seed was 7-4, but the first out of playoffs was 4-7. So seeding went Excessive, Marv, Shayman, Champ, Adam, and Atlas. And then Adam and Shayman would win the first round, but would both lose to Excessive and Marv, who would battle it out in the finals. And Excessive became the first undefeated champion of the NPBL. Also to note is that Mimikyu and Conkeldurr had the kill and KD leader respectively, and it's the first time that 2 different Pokemon had this. And then here are the results, and as you can see, 7-4 to 4-7. Okay, so Season 3 also saw other improvements, as it was the first time we saw the widespread use of team logos. And after Season 3, Champ created a survey to record coaches' thoughts on improvements to the league and with Draft League format in general. Season 4 introduced the addition of sprites and team logos onto the draft page, and Excessive also created the NPBL records and archives pages in the doc to save information from the previous seasons. Season 4 has currently been full of great YouTube content on the league. So in conclusion, after a rocky start due to the absence of coaches and the league owner, the NPBL stabilized under the leadership of Champ, Lando, and Marv. The league continued to maintain a stable competitive environment through 2 more seasons and has added a multitude of creative projects to add enjoyment. The doc, thanks to Excessive, holds an immense amount of information and is very well organized and appealing. The league has been lucky to have a great group of coaches who have created a positive competitive environment and developed a rich history of memories and characters. So I'd just like to thank Excessive for the doc, which was really helpful for this presentation, and for all of the little playoff graphics that I've used. I have to give credit to Ivan for creating the amazing NPBL logo that was featured in this presentation, and I would like to thank all of the coaches who have made this league what it is. Okay, thank you for watching, and this has been a history of the NPBL. Hopefully you can get a 5 on the AP test. I believe in you guys.